So I talk about this in my breakdown of just that was in 2015, so he hadn't done anything for like 5 years. I guess he was trying to make this Capone movie happen. But you see, like, here's a director who he has a lot to prove. He really needs this movie to kind of be at least critically successful. He needs to
This
prove...
was neither, right?
No.
Neither.
No. Well... We don't know financially how it would have done if it wasn't for the pandemic.
And it was also sold to a streaming service.
It was sold to...
it probably did make money.
Yeah,
Amazon,
I
right?
forget what streaming service it was sold to, though.
I mean, yeah, it's on Amazon already, so that means...
It might have been just sold to Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't know. But... I mean, I don't even know, because they might have, it might be something that Amazon will be giving them money like later on. I don't really know.
You know, did you notice how many...
Without a box office, it's hard to tell how much money a movie actually makes.
So basically, everything that came out in 2020 is sort of a wash in terms of like box office. How does that work?
It's hard to tell. On a streaming site, it's hard to tell how much money the movie
they're obviously
makes.
Quantifying it somehow, because that's going to inform their decisions.
Right, but
so you're saying somebody knows, it's just not necessarily public knowledge?
Somebody knows, but it's not public knowledge. It's like Netflix doesn't really like...
Yeah.
Netflix goes by how many people like watched it. It doesn't go by like how much money they made. So we don't... It's always hard to tell without like a box office to report literally how much money the movie made, because people were going to theaters. It's hard to kind of tell.
So you're saying it's not... We can't... The jury's out on how this movie performed?
I'm saying that financially it's not going to matter, because there's not really a lot of, like, you can't tell. If this movie was in theaters, maybe it would have made a bunch of money, but there was a pandemic, so it wasn't.
So that probably...
But we do know that critically it was pretty much panned, that no one really liked this movie.
Yeah.
But he had a lot to prove, and you kind of see, like, in the movie where the problems are with this guy. Of he wants to make Godfather Part 2. He wants to make like a deep dive into the psychological being of a gangster. He doesn't want to make a gangster movie per se, you know? And he wants to make like an art house movie. He wants to do what he did with Fantastic Four, where they hired him to make a superhero movie. He didn't want to make a superhero movie. He wanted to make this like weird intellectual art house movie that had superheroes in it. He didn't want to make a gangster movie. He wanted to make some intellectual movie that had a gangster in it, which is the problem, because it doesn't come off as intellectual. It comes off as pretentious.
Neither, yeah.
You said this the first time we watched it, because the first time we watched it, we said it together. We watched it together, and you said, like, how weird it, like, you can tell whoever made this, like, thought it was the smartest movie ever.
Yeah. When
really it is just dull and it is boring. And the more I'm talking about it, the more I hate it.
I know. I just don't know. There was something about it that I thought it was better the second time. I don't know why. And by the way, I never, as long as I would have been alive, would have watched it again.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for this show.
I don't know. I did like it better the second time, which is weird. I don't know.
Because it's more of just an experience. Like, you're just kind of watching.
Yeah.
You're just watching something. It's not even a movie. It's like.
No.
I liked how some of the shots were. Like, I liked how Florida looked.
Yeah.
Like, I liked how I don't know, who knows if it was even Florida in real life, but I liked how some of the...
I believe they shot it in Atlanta.
Yeah. I liked, like, the water and I liked certain things. I like the idea of, like, this guy just sitting in his castle. I like the idea.
Yeah.
It had potential. It just doesn't... It just
doesn't go through. I don't know if... because the way I described it of like what the potential of this movie could have been is probably what like Josh Trank was intending.
Yeah.
I don't know if that movie can be made, at least not in 2020, where we've seen like, you know, a gangster at the end of his life looking back. You know,
they needed more plot. They needed to
and
do
there needed
something.
more plot.
They
Exactly.
didn't develop anything. They didn't even develop the thing with the kid.
Right. Oh my God, I completely forgot about the kid.
Like, what's the kid doing? Like, he's just in this room calling the house, but it never goes anywhere.
It never goes
and
anywhere.
It's not even if nothing happened, it's not even fully sussed out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
it's never
forgot
dealt
about
with.
the kid. That was
There's
annoying.
so many weird elements. Like, no one really gets dealt with. Like, the wife, the kid, his friends,
Yeah.
the government, like nothing. It's all just table setting shit that goes nowhere.
It's true. It's like someone set the table, but then like
Nowhere.
didn't serve food.
Didn't serve food.
I like that analogy. Of
It's
like,
true.
Yeah.